considering who the others we've named, how their mothers used to work, just put her in the same category, that type of job. She was a Majusi woman. Majusi. She was a lady of those types of houses where the red flags are stuck outside. And so what happened was, he was born from this woman. A man who was known for his drink. A man who in one day ordered 500 women to be killed in front of him. He bought Ibn Marjana. He bought him to become governor of where? Governor of Kufa. Ibn Ziyad was a clever man. When he entered Kufa, he knew the best time to enter was on Salat al-Jum'ah on the Friday. Why? Why? Because if he entered any other time, people would spot him. But if he entered at Salat al-Jum'ah, all the main scholars of Kufa would be in Salat al-Jum'ah. He would be able to walk through. Who would be sitting on the ground in Kufa? The laymen, the poor people. They thought, who was he? They thought he was Imam al-Hussein because he was wearing black. He went to the castle of An-Na'man ibn Bashir. Na'man thought it was Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. Na'man bin Bashir, what did he say? Na'man came forward and said that, oh Aba Abdullah, if you've come for your power, I can't give you your power because it's an amana in my hands. MashaAllah. The power of Bani Hashim is an amana in Na'man bin Bashir's hands. He said that I cannot give you, but I will not harm you. Ibn Ziyad said to him, Na'man, get yourself out of my palace now. Na'man said, who is it? He said, it's Ibn Ziyad. Ibn Ziyad enters the palace and he takes over. But still, Muslim bin Aqil is still powerful in Kufa. So Ibn Ziyad wonders, how do I overcome this power? What does he do? Ibn Ziyad hires a slave of his called Ma'qil. Ma'qil, Ibn Ziyad's slave, do you know what his role was? Ibn Ziyad said to Ma'qil, what I want you to do, Ma'qil, is I want you to go and spy on Muslim bin Aqil. I want you to pretend you are a Shi'a of Hussein. Find Muslim bin Aqil, give him the money, and say that you are one of his Shi'a. Follow him wherever he goes, until eventually I will capture him. Ma'qil went to Masjid al-Kufa. Who did he find there? Muslim ibn Awsaj al-Asadi. Muslim bin Awsaja died in Karbala with Aba Abdullah. He was one of the great companions. He found Muslim bin Awsaja. Muslim bin Awsaja in his innocence didn't know what was happening. Ma'qil said, I want to go and see Muslim bin Aqil. So, Muslim bin Awsaja took him. They went to see Muslim bin Aqil. This Ma'qil, he came forward, he said, oh Muslim, I am one of your Shi'a. Muslim bin Aqil didn't know who he was. He said, I am one of your Shi'a. I am here to sacrifice my life for you. Let me be with you wherever you are. He would go with Muslim wherever Muslim went. Until eventually he went back to Ibn Ziyad. He said, oh Ibn Ziyad, I know where Muslim bin Aqil is. Ibn Ziyad said, where is he? He said, he's in the house of Hani bin Urwa. So he said, okay, let's go towards that house. They captured Hani bin Urwa. When they captured Hani bin Urwa, they brought him to Ibn Ziyad. Ibn Ziyad said, Hani, I've been trying to come and visit you for a long time. Why don't you allow me to visit you? Hani bin Urwa said, we've been busy, it's been a troublesome time. Ibn Ziyad said, no, you have kept Muslim in your house and you haven't told me. Hani tried to distance himself away from it. Ma'qil walked out. He said to Hani, Hani, do you recognize this man? Hani looked and he knew it was Ma'qil. He said, this man, I've used him to spy against you and Muslim bin Aqil. Eventually, Muslim bin Aqil at the time, there was about 4,000 who came to be Shi'a alongside him. Do you know what Ibn Ziyad did? Ibn Ziyad, he made the people change their mind. Why? Number one, he threatened them that there's an army of 90,000 coming from Syria. There wasn't even an army of 10,000 coming. He said there was an army of 90,000. People got scared. Will you get scared when the 12th Imam comes for us? Number two, he bribed the people. He started giving people money to leave the way of Imam al-Hussein. Number three, there was a square in Kufa called Qunasa. This square, he began to execute the Shi'a of Imam al-Hussein. Wallah, there are companions of Imam al-Hussein nobody mentions. They were killed by Ibn Ziyad in Kufa when Muslim was there. Do you know who? Abbas al-Jadali, Ammar al-Azdi. These people were lovers of Imam al-Hussein. Do you know what Ibn Ziyad done? They put people in prison. Maytham al-Tammar, he put him in prison. Kumail, who we read Dua Kumail after, he put him in prison. He put Mukhtar as well in prison. These people would have been in Karbala. They would have helped Imam al-Hussein. But he imprisoned people. He executed people in Kufa. In Kunasa Square, in Kufa, people were executed one by one. Anyone who pledged allegiance to Muslim bin Aqil or was with Imam al-Hussein was being killed one by one. Until eventually Muslim ibn Aqil goes towards Masjid al-Kufa. When he goes towards Masjid al-Kufa, he enters the mosque. 18,000 people had promised Aba Abdullah al-Hussein they would fight with him in Karbala. They had all put their signatures down. In the Shi'a world today, there are 300 million Shi'a who claim that the 12th Imam, when he comes, they'll run and help him. Never make the mistake of not learning about history. 18,000 told Imam al-Hussein, we will help you. 72 only turned up. That the grandson of Rasulullah is left with only 72. That's why when people say 313 will be the army of the 12th, it's not surprising. If Aba Abdullah only had 72, never think it's the big army. It's not about the quantity of the soldiers. Wallah, it's about the quality of the soldiers. And that's why Muslim bin Aqil, 4,000 were with him. He enters Masjid al-Kufa to lead Salat al-Maghrib on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. A hadith narrates to us when he led Salah, there were 30 people behind him. When he finished Salah, there was 3. And when he was walking out of the mosque, there was 1. And then when he left at Bab al-Kinda, those of you who have been to Masjid al-Kufa, when he left from there, there was nobody with him. From 18,000 promises, you're alone in a city where 20 years earlier your uncle Ali was the ruler. But Kufa, between the 40th year of Hijrah, when Ali ibn Abi Talib was there, until 60th year when Muslim died, it had become so big, it expanded. Muslim was now a stranger in his own uncle's city. I don't know about you, brothers and sisters. If you've ever had a feeling of being alone in a place, you don't know where you are going. But it must be difficult. And that's why he went towards the houses. He didn't know where to go. There had been many with him, but they were now in prison, or they were now killed, or they had been bribed. He went and he was a thirsty man. There was no one to offer him any water. He sat outside the house. When he sat outside, he didn't know which house he was sitting outside. Suddenly, the lady came out, Tawa. When she came out, she saw him. Tawa came out and she saw him sitting down. She said to him, "Oh man, can I help you?" He replied to her, "Oh lady, I am a servant of God. All I ask from you is to give me some water." How ironic it is. Aba Abdullah and his own brother and cousin both died thirsty. He says to her, "Please give me some water." She went back inside. She went to bring the water and she gave it to him. But when she came to bring the water, she saw her daughter enter crying. She said to her, "My daughter, why are you crying?" She got angry. "Why is my daughter crying?" She came outside the house. She saw Muslim. She said, "Why is my daughter crying?" Then her daughter turned around to her. She said, "Mother, I am crying because of what this man told me." At this moment, the mother said, "What did he tell you?" She said, "He said to me that he is a stranger here and there is nobody for him." The mother began to look at him. She said, "Oh man, who are you? You say you are a stranger?" He said, "I have no family here. I have nobody to support me." Do you know how the conscience of Muslim bin Aqil was being ripped up? Do you know why? Because he's thinking, how do I get the message to Aba Abdullah not to come? Because I am the one who told him they are with you. Now how am I going to get a message to him not to come? He's there. He says to her when she asks him, "Who are you?" He says, "I am Muslim ibn Aqil ibn Abu Talib." She said, "Are you the nephew of my Imam?" Listen to her line. "Are you the nephew of my Imam?" He said, "Yes." She said, "You are the nephew of Ali ibn Abi Talib?" He said, "Yes." She said, "Please enter our house. Is there anything you want me to do for you?" She came to offer him food. He didn't want any food. He